Thank you for joining our series on Milton Friedman. I am Thabo, your host here at 1=1. Today, we begin a journey into the mind of a man who changed how the world works. He was a Nobel laureate and the leading figure of the Chicago School of Economics. His name was Milton Friedman. Now, if you've ever wondered why the government can't just print more money to make us all rich, you are living in a world shaped by his ideas. But Friedman wasn't just interested in economics. He was interested in human dignity. To understand Friedman, we have to look at the world he was trying to change. By the mid-20th century, the dominant idea, known as Keynesianism, was that the government should be the manager of the economy. The belief back then was that experts in high-rise buildings could fine-tune society by adjusting taxes and spending to keep everyone employed. Friedman looked at this and saw a dangerous flaw. He argued that these well-intentioned policies often treated individuals as mere tools for social engineering rather than autonomous moral agents. Friedman grew up in an era where the state was getting bigger, and he became the voice saying, "Wait, what about the individual?" This brings us to his most radical and profound claim. Economic freedom is a necessary condition for political freedom. Friedman argued that you cannot truly be free to speak your mind, vote, or protest if the government controls your paycheck, your housing, and your food. Think of it like this. In a free market, power is decentralized. Decisions are made by millions of people, you, me, and your neighbor, every time we buy a loaf of bread or choose a job. This dispersion of power acts as a check and balance against political tyranny. He famously believed that the government's unique feature is its monopoly on the use of force. The market, however, is built on voluntary cooperation. In a market, if you don't like a product, you don't buy it. In a state-run system, if you don't like a law, they can still force you to obey. Friedman wasn't an anarchist. He believed the government had a vital but very small role to play, like protecting our rights and keeping the peace. But he warned us that government failure is often much worse than market failure because bureaucracies don't have the same incentives to stay efficient that a local business does. He evaluated ideas not by how noble they sounded, but by their actual results. In our next episode, we're going to dive deeper into how this philosophy of choice applies to the way we run our schools, our welfare systems, and our daily lives. We'll look at why Friedman believed that a society that puts equality before freedom will eventually lose both. I'm Thabo, and feel free to join our next episode, The Indivisibility of Liberty.